probable is that either he or his source was hostile enough to Cleopatra to suspect her of fraudulence, and to reject the possibility that her emotions might have been real. I cite this passage early on in this book for the clarity and the efficiency with which it telegraphs a theme that will recur throughout. What it is meant for our understanding of Cleopatra to have had her story, her history, so often told by writers who had a political agenda, by authors who distrusted her motives, by chroniclers who were suspicious of her public and private behavior, and by historians who, to put it bluntly, believed that she was a liar. It would be too easy to suggest that this degraded view of Cleopatra was limited to the men who told her story. The few women who took her history on were, until relatively recently, no less unfriendly. In her Lives of Cleopatra and Octavia, written in 1757, for example, Sarah Fielding, sister of the more famous author of Tom Jones, writes what purports to be Cleopatra's first-person account. Cleopatra confesses to having pretended to be frightened and in need of male protection after she trips and stumbles upon meeting Antony at Tarsus. Her falseness is hardly surprising when, as Fielding has Cleopatra tell us, she looked upon the rest of mankind with the utmost contempt. I considered them as no more capable of feeling than if they were inanimate. The pleasures or pains of others were to me of so little importance that I lived as if I had been the only creature on earth who had any sensation. Any attempt to write the life of Cleopatra requires us to tease out what happened, or what is most likely to have happened, from the vision of duplicity, reckless decadence, and sluttish immorality that for a variety of reasons her contemporaries and successors have chosen to portray. The myth that has come to surround Cleopatra has been woven over the armature of the dates and facts that can be proven. We know that she was the last ruler who belonged to the Ptolemaic dynasty, established in the wake of Alexander the Great's conquest of Egypt. We know who her father was and the names of her siblings, though there is some disagreement about how many she had. We know that 3 and quite likely 4 of her siblings died violent deaths. We know that she was highly educated and multilingual. We know, or at least we are reasonably certain, that she grew up in the vast complex of the royal palace at Alexandria. We know what year she ascended the Egyptian throne. We know that she waged a bitter civil war against a younger brother, who was also her co-regent and spouse, a conflict that she won with the help of Julius Caesar, her lover and the father of her oldest son. We know that she had 4 children, a daughter and 3 sons. We know that she ruled Egypt for more than 20 years and fended off the territorial aggressions of the Roman Empire. We know that she initiated ambitious building projects, contributed to the architectural glories and intellectual life of the city of Alexandria, expanded her country's borders, and weathered a succession of serious domestic and international crises. We know that she had 3 children with Mark Antony. We know that she and Antony were defeated by Octavian at the Battle of Actium, after which she and Antony became bitterly estranged. We know that her last months were desperate as she tried to survive, hold on to her country, and safeguard her children. We know she died in 30 BCE, a suicide. We know that in the immediate aftermath of her death, the Roman leader Octavian annexed Egypt, an outcome that Cleopatra had struggled to prevent during much of her reign. Her life can be seen as a feminist story, if only because it includes so much that women were not supposed to do. Even today, it would be unusual for anyone, especially a woman, to function as a city planner, military strategist, diplomat, linguist, and ruler of an enormous country with a diverse and restive population. There had been other Egyptian queens. During the 15th century BCE, Hatshepsut remained in power for 20 years.